Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato,
And I'm Classic Gamer.
and we got something really special for you today.
Oh, yes, indeed.
We are let's playing a game together, despite the fact that there is an entire Atlantic Ocean between us at the moment.
And 2,000 miles.
Yes, which, and, well, you know what the Proclaimers would say about that. But we are. Classics is a very big fan of a certain game. A game I've expressed some disdain for, mainly for its protagonist, Broken Sword.
Yes, indeed.
And Classics wants me to
I've
give it another shot.
I've tried for years to get Merrick to do this, and he's always said no.
Well, we weren't going to play. You just wanted me to play it. And then I finally decided, you know what? All right, if you want me to play it, you have to be there. So here we are.
Yes. I
Welcome to
I
Let's
have
Play Broken Sword Secrets of the Templars?
no Shadow of the
Shadow
Templars.
of the Templars. Or the
Circle Blood.
utterly unrelated to this what this game is about, Circle of Blood. Now,
Yes.
Circle as a title, Circle of Blood. Gabriel Knight, Circle of Blood. Yeah, that would work. Dracula, Circle of Blood. Obviously. Broken Sword, Circle of Blood. It's not a
Do you know
horror
what?
game. Stop having a horror game title.
To be honest with you, right? I don't think if you even get the American version of it and import it into like Duck Station or something like that, for example, it would even be called Circle of Blood.
I don't
It
know
would just be
why, but
called.
every time you say Duck Station, I instinctively want to say Rabbit Station.
I don't know why you want to do that.
Looney Tunes.
Oh,
But because this game is very loud, it has a very interesting opening. We don't want to talk over it, so that's going to be starting in. Well, it's going to be starting in three, two, one.
Paris in the fall, the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
Well, not a great Paris vacation for George
As I
Stowbarter,
picked
looks
myself
like.
up, all I could
Nope.
hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever.
Well, here we are. We're in the game. We're George Stobart. There's just been an explosion. This isn't the director's cut, so we do not have the little bit with the mine murdering Nico's grandfather or uncle. But here we are.
You don't really. That's not. No, it's not a grandfather or uncle or anything like that. It's just another victim, which you do actually find out about in this version, but you don't really
Okay,
know
fair.
much more than that. Can you
So,
turn up the sound
what
of
do
the
we
game
do?
a little bit? It's
Pardon?
a little bit quiet. Can you turn up the game of the sound a little? The game sound a little bit. It's a little bit quiet. The talking was a little bit quiet.
The
Can
talk.
you do
What
that in a
talking?
minute? His talking. When he was
Okay.
talking, George is talking. Just turn the volume up a tad. It lets you speech. I think it's speech.
Good.
Should be, yep, that should be. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, indeed. So, what do we do?
Okay, well, there's a few things you can interact with in this first location. So I'll just interact with.
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
All right, let's do that. Amazing, he
I
has no
considered
shrapnel.
straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
I mean, he was sitting here, and that blasted outwards, and there's not a shard of glass in him.
He was protected by the umbrella. Anyway, there's something by that lamppost. Can you see it to the right of it?
I examined the jagged glass remaining in the window. It was broken, all right.
I just love his
I
obvious.
considered straightening. I considered climbing the lamppost, but it wasn't going to shed any light on the affair.
Something else just down to the right. Down. That's it.
I contemplated crawling.
Down to the right.
That's it. You got it.
Excellent. Oh, the newspaper.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
Interesting. Put that in
Okay, so if you notice where the clown went, he went off down that alleyway you see on the right there.
He went that way, right?
Go and have a look. Yep, go and have a look. You can't do anything else down there at the minute, but go down there anyway and have a look.
Alrighty.
Because there's only one place he could have gone, and you'll probably work out quite quickly.
Bloody clowns. We gotta stop them before they kill again. I don't mean that clown, I mean clowns in general.
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drainpipe. I guess the clown had an escape over the rooftops.
Or he's just better at it than you. Nah, yeah, that's where you go, George. That's where you belong. Go in.
Come on, mate. Try, have a look at the next one. I am going to show you like the amount of ways you can actually abuse George.
Oh, that one
It smelled
smelled
like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Some of the descriptions are fucking brilliant. Like, just the way he, like, I don't know if it was put in the script or whatever, but you know what I mean?
There was nothing of interest.
There's one more bin.
Oh, that's a cat.
I'd had it with sticking my nose into French trash cans.
No, you haven't. We both know you haven't, George.
But there's something on the floor there. On the floor of the ground.
Pick upable?
Nope. Just up.
Up.
Move it. He's right behind George.
Right behind
Thing in
you.
the ground. There you go.
Manhole cover. I
I
know
tried to lift the cover with my fingers,
we
but
don't
couldn't
have the
gain any
tool yet.
leverage.
No, we don't have the tool yet.
I know
You are
one.
correct.
I remember one thing distinctly about this game, and it's that you get a sewer key, which is
Yes.
basically the solution to 80% of the puzzles.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, there's nothing else to do down here, so
Okay.
let's go back out.
Alrighty.
Right. First,
For that
before
whole
we go,
adventure game dialogue, like comments on stuff, the best in my opinion is still Gabriel Knight, because
right,
you get the
before you go
narrator.
up at the area, go into the cafe first.
Oh, into the cafe.
Yeah. Yep, that's the old man.
I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
Ooh. Take that.
I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy.
Try examining it. Right-click on it.
A mysteriously undamaged bottle of spirit stood on the bar.
That is odd.
Yeah.
I needed a stiff.
Right. See
The
if you can
sight of the
interact with
dead guy's
waitress.
staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. The pretty young waitress was unconscious.
Right. The first series of choices are in this dialogue with her. So I'll let you decide what you want to do.
All right.
Oh, my head. Never again.
You don't
How
look
much
like you
vodka
should sound
did I
like that.
drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Shelley?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh, American.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It
Understandably.
was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
Up to you.
What do you suggest?
Okay, I'll give you more on this. So the saying no doesn't get as funny a response, I don't think, as saying yes.
Okay, so we're gonna play George as a lying scumbag. Perfect.
If you want to do that, then you can.
Yes, I am. I studied under Dr. Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
All right. Yeah.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a cheat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
Here, one brandy.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water.
Oh, she's
I was
French.
glad I wasn't picking up the check.
What about the old man? Is he dead?
Of course not. I didn't want an hysterical French girl on my hands. At least, not right now.
Do you know what? I actually haven't heard that one before. That's actually amusing. So before you
Did this
choose an
newspaper
option-
belong to the old gentleman?
Oh,
I
what?
don't know.
Someone has scribbled a note on it.
I-
It reads, Salah ed-Din, 1345. Does that mean anything to you?
No, monsieur, nothing.
Okay, before you choose anything else, throughout the game you get a whole list of items.
Yes.
Right. So what people say about this game compared to the second is you can literally ask every character in the game about a number of items just in your inventory.
That's
Right,
the
so you-
plan.
Yeah, but in the second game you can't do that.
No.
It selects certain things, so they take that aspect away. But that's what makes this game a charm for me, because there's stuff you get later that is completely like, why would George have it in his pocket? But when you like, you get this for example, you get some white powder later, right? And when you show it to
Oh dear.
someone in another location, they have one of the funniest responses probably in the game.
I look forward to it. Anyway, let's ask about Old Man.
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
How did the old man behave?
Well, agitated, he kept looking about him at the door, at his watch.
As if he was waiting for someone?
Yes, I suppose so. He was worried about something, that's for sure. If you ask me, he was having an affair. He had that look about him, like a guilty husband.
So, about the voice actor who plays George, I found something about him when I looked him up, Rolf Saxon, that completely floored classics, and he actually didn't believe me. He is the narrator from Teletubbies.
I still find that incredibly hard to get around my head.
Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
Like,
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either.
Hey, Weird Al, though. You got to admit Weird Al is great.
Did
yes,
the clown
I'll take your
speak
word
to
on
the
that
old man?
No, he just laughed at him. Then he grabbed the old man's briefcase and ran out of the door.
Did the old man try to stop the clown?
Oh, he didn't have a chance. The clown dropped his accordion and ran out of the door. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Did you see what the old man had in his briefcase?
No, he didn't open it.
What did the old man do when the clown snatched his briefcase?
Nothing. He just sat there like he was frozen.
Well, that's everything from her.
Stay here, mademoiselle. I'm going to look around for evidence.
So,
Aside from being a doctor, I'm also a cop.
do you know what? I'm going to reserve my say on that part.
Wait, is he a cop?
I'm not going to say anything because
I thought he was a reporter.
I don't want to say. I'm not going to. I don't want to say. I want you to. I know, like, the voice actor of George, isn't your favorite person in a sense.
Well,
That's
nothing
probably
against
right
the
word.
person. It's not his fault. I just don't like George.
Yeah. Okay. That's a better explanation.
Not the actor's fault.
No, it's not the actor's fault, but I think I completely lost
The
what I was gonna
table had
say,
been
but,
overturned by the explosion.
well
The umbrella
observed,
had protected
George.
me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
But I just this isn't like I think there is a way that you can say that George is an annoying character because he is sometimes obnoxious and downright inconsiderate. But the thing, like, especially in the second game, where you can literally burn his hand on the stove, like that, I always do that bit over and over because I just love abusing George.
I do got to say though, the animation in this game is really on the cutscenes is really good. It's like it's like an animated series from the 90s.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is that these backgrounds are all hand drawn.
I can believe it.
And
I can believe it.
And it's just, I know, like, people will say, well, the game looks dated. Well, the thing is, there was this version or the director's cut. I opted for this one for us to play because the Reforged edition that's coming out later this year in 2024. I have no idea when we will release this one, but that game is. The Reforged version is the original, not the director's cut, which is just goes to show that Revolution don't want to do the director's cut because they're not very impressed with that one, you could say. And I don't like the portraits of the characters because all they do is like facial expressions. In the second game remastered, they actually have like voices move the mouths on the portraits, but in this game they don't. It's very weirdly animated. I don't like it. and I had a feeling you wouldn't like it as well. Anyway, if you want to go up to the top of the screen, that's
The
where we need to go
only,
next.
the only thing about George is I can't help but compare him to another blonde American globe-hopping adventure game protagonist. And George is not a patch on Gabriel Knight.
Oh no,
Is
and
the
I
thing.
think
I can't not compare him to Gabriel.
I think yeah, it's difficult because I played Gabriel Knight Remastered, even though you told me to play the original, which I will get
I'm
around
sure
to
Gabriel
eventually.
Knight Remastered is fine, but it's just you get an entirely different voice cast in the original. It looks better because it looks more interesting, I'll say.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to
Anyway.
talk to this guy, right?
Well, we can't talk to him yet, but just go up the top of the screen, and the next part will happen.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Whoa, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Can we get George shot?
What a mess.
Not in this
This
game.
bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur. Stop holding your breath at once.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides,
As a regular
I recall a case
Clouseau,
where
isn't
the
he?
killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead. Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
I doubt if she is in a fit state for questioning, monsieur. It smells to me as if she has been drinking.
As I feared, we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Moo.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to handling drunken women.
Are you?
I do not doubt that
That
for
does not
one
sound
moment.
good.
Et maintenant, to business.
Sometimes when he talks, his mustache disappears. Both of them.
Your
actually.
name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
Well, California, no less.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so. Apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Did we?
Up to you.
Let's lie to the cops.
No.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon, the picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She says the American claimed to be a doctor. He forced her to drink the brandy.
I can explain everything.
Can you, monsieur?
Almost everything.
There are
Very well.
voices in
I
my
have
head
heard
making
enough.
me do things.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur.
Not with me
Should
playing.
you remember
You are
anything
plenty
of
of danger.
importance, please contact me. My card.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Oh, bloody hell.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
No, I've had my cat meowing at me for the last 20 minutes, and now she's eventually decided to jump up on my lap.
Oh, cute socks.
If you hear purring in the background, I apologize.
So, apparently this case is being investigated by Laurel and Hardy by the looks of it.
Well, later on, you can go to the police station, and there's a thing that you can do which actually makes not Moo, but Rosso, which is the inspector, quite angry with you. It's a very simple thing to do, and I'll tell you what it is when we get to that point later, because he won't appear at the police station until much
Excuse
later.
me, Sergeant.
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
But
Now you can.
I can't go home. This is... I need to go to the airport to do that?
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Ah, so the meeting with the clown was planned.
How do you make that out?
The time of the explosion was between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, n'est-ce pas?
I guess so. But what about the name?
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the Clown? I don't think so. Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Ah, no, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
Can you tell me
find
about
the
your
victim's
briefcase?
yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
Oh, would you like me to get you a cup of coffee or something? Or no? Alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess the cafe blew up. Can't really get you anything.
I really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
I lost him. I figure he went underground.
Do you know how many kilometers of sewers there are beneath this great city?
It's not a question I've lost sleep over.
I have no doubt that Inspector Rousseau will organize a proper search.
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly?
You're the clown.
You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rousseau's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
And what do you think?
I think he is the devil.
Alright, may I put forward a theory as to the identity of the clown?
Go on.
It's Rosso.
I'm not going to say anything.
I know it's not, but I would like to... Can we accuse Rosso of murder?
You can.
Excellent.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Huh?
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
Was he serious about all that psycho-detective stuff?
Of course. Inspector Rosso is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
Yep, it'll
I
let
can't see it
lots of
taking off
people
in
off the
LA.
hook. So many
You
criminals
see-
will go
Did
uncaptured.
you see the her? And he went her, but it said what on the screen?
Yes, I did. I noticed that.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
All right, tap
See you later, Sergeant.
You can also examine people. So if you examine the sergeant,
The sergeant was a scrawny man in his 50s who resembled a constipated chicken.
Huh. Fair enough.
and the girl as well.
The girl presented a confident but sullen mask to the world, an expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth. Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right, on holiday in Paris. Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
So, are you starting to see why I dislike George Stobart?
All I can visualize now when George speaks is the voiceover on Teletubbies.
I wonder if there's a mod
Time
that
for
can
the
let us
countdown. Time for the countdown.
put him in the suit.
I found this newspaper outside the cafe.
That is not a newspaper, it's a gossip rag.
There's something written in it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
It sounds like a betting tip. The name of the horse and the time of the race. What do you think?
No.
I don't think it is. That's too obvious. I wouldn't mind betting. This is a coded message.
It's a romantic notion, but I don't think so.
Look, the inspector gave me his card.
Rosso!
You know him?
Oh yes, we've met. I didn't know his first name was Augustin. It suits him, I must say.
Oh, George is jealous.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Fair enough.
Who's the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
Well, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yes.
Did
considering
you
that,
know the
what
voice actor playing Nico isn't French?
Really?
Because that name is not... You pronounced the name wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's Plantard, not Plantard.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not the same voice actor of Nico throughout all the games.
It is the same Teletubbies narrator, though.
It is the same voice actor for George. Yep. But Nico is a much different Nico in the second game. Probably sounds maybe better as a sort of when speaking like French. Does maybe a better job, but not to say that the first Nico wasn't also good.
Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why
Why
should
do you
she?
want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine, I'll, see you soon.
Ah, shit.
They spoke from a distance of about 5 meters. She wrote down her number, gave it to him at 5 meters, and he took it. That was
Yes.
the most. I've always spoken to her much closer when they're like standing next to each other. It looks more realistic. That just looked weird as hell.
There's a few things I forgot. That didn't go well. I missed
Anyway,
some
you can
conversation topics.
Oh yeah, you weren't to know.
Will I get to quiz her again on the phone or what?
Maybe when we actually see her, we can go to her place later. Right. First funny thing that you should do is you see the tent, the white tent next to the digger. There's a toolbox in it. Have a look at it first, and then click on it to interact with it. So just look at it first.
It was a battered metal toolbox.
Now try to grab something from it.
Hey, stop that! Get away from there! What do you think you're doing?
I was admiring your toolbox.
Are we? Had a good look, have you? I'm warning you, if you touch it, I'll crack your nut.
Okay, I get your point.
Now do it again. Do it again.
Hey, what did I tell you? Don't touch!
Okay already.
I'm sorry, but
Hey, clear off!
Oh man.
Hey,
Okay.
clear off!
I thought we could goad him into violence.
Now look at the phone. There's a
There's a
phone next
phone?
to the tent. Yeah, right next to the
Oh,
tent.
that
There
thing.
it is.
There was nothing inside the tent except a large toolbox.
No, that's a tent.
It was a
mate.
tent made out of...
Yeah, that's
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
Don't touch that phone!
Sorry.
Okay, now
Don't touch...
Sorry.
now examine the digger and then speak to him.
The muscular workman wore a morose expression, like a silent warning to leave him to get on with his job.
We won't be doing that. We're going to harass this man.
Hey, you!
Yes.
I thought you'd been arrested.
Nah, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah! I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
All right. Whatever you do.
Would you like to
don't-
read my newspaper?
Is that what you're...
I haven't got time
Yeah.
to read that. Can't
Did I
you
do
see
the
I'm
one
busy?
thing I wasn't
You
supposed
could
to
read it
do?
on your lunch break.
Yeah.
10 minutes is all I get.
Damn
If my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Because he goes off now and he doesn't return for the entire game.
Oh, god damn it.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding out liberals. Tja! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend! Bucephalus reborn, mon ami! Like a streak of lightning she is! Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
Well, damn.
It doesn't matter too much.
All right.
You weren't to know. I was just about to say, don't show him the newspaper, and then you literally clicked on it as I said it. I had my head in my hands, I admit.
I'd found just what I wanted. A tool for lifting manhole covers.
Okay, so now you don't want to ring her. Don't want to ring her yet. There's nothing that we can tell her. So just click out of it. Right, when you get down to the sewer, there's an item down there. Your first item you'll see in the corner of the area. Pick it up, but don't examine it in your inventory.
The door was
It's quite a
securely
funny
locked.
reaction that you can get from Nico later.
Set into the huge gate.
I won't say what, but if you look at it, then you'll know what she finds out. So
Excuse me, Sergeant.
Please go away, monsieur.
What do you suppose this tool is used for, Sergeant Moo?
It looks like something an obstetrician would use, monsieur.
I don't think so. I found it in that workman's toolbox.
Found it? I hope you did not steal it, monsieur.
Do I look like a common thief? He asked me to look after his hole and his belongings.
You certainly know how to enjoy your vacation to the fullest, monsieur.
he asked you to look out for.
His hole.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
See you later, Sergeant.
So the manhole tool you literally have for almost the entire game.
So we can show everyone the manhole tool.
You can show everyone the manhole cover.
Cool.
The manhole
Beautiful.
tool. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And the response, they're all different responses, which it could be the same response from everyone, but I think the variety in that I think is telling. So to use an
The
item,
cover was too
click
heavy
on
and
it, click
it was
on
a
it in
heavy-
the inventory and then drag it down to the that's it.
Well, that doesn't make sense. He keeps this in his jacket?
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Alright. Let's go. Sewer level.
Okay, so when we get through the sewers, there's a guy up above
cartoon.
when you go through the sewers. Don't show him the inspector's card until after you speak to him about everything else first. Right, that's the item. You pick it up, but don't examine it. Leave it till later, and you'll see why.
As I picked up the
Do you believe this
plastic
is my
ball,
second
I
time in
realized
the
it
sewers
was
of
intended
Paris?
to be worn.
No, I don't.
It was
is
the
it?
clown's red nose.
Revenge of the Phantom. Sorry, Return of the Phantom.
Oh.
We go into the catacombs.
Not played that game, so I wouldn't know.
It's okay.
Alright, the other item that is funny to get a reaction from is this item you're about to pick up.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
Ugh.
You know who George sounds a lot like?
Who?
You haven't played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream yet, but he sounds a lot like Ted.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
So that everything we need in the sewer?
Yep. But remember, just don't examine that. You can show the nose to everyone.
Hi there.
Just don't examine
Hold
it
it
yourself.
right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Now, I don't show him the card, right?
No, don't show him the card till after you ask
I'm
about
looking
anything
for the clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You were up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck. Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Can we put on the false nose for the whole game?
You do use it later on, but not till very later on.
Oh,
Much
alright.
later in the game.
Tell me about the clown.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type. Just like you.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Fair enough.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
I didn't notice. Now are you
Right.
going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
Now can you show him the
now
card?
Now show him the card.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know.
So he thinks we're a
I
cop.
was in the army,
Yep.
you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
You can probably show him the other items again, and it
Now-
might give you out.
Question.
Hmm.
Is it technically impersonating a police officer if the person just assumes you're a police officer and you don't correct them?
I think it's impersonating an officer when you show him the card, knowing that you're not a cop. But the way he reacts isn't your fault. But he
Take a
said
look
my
at this
card.
false nose.
Good point.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
Hey, it's because it's a nose.
Did I show you my tool?
Oui, monsieur. Just like mine. Except
Don't show him the
that
cloth
it
yet.
is much
Go to the tissue
smaller.
first.
Did I show you this
Let me
tissue?
go down the bottom.
Oui, monsieur.
Now do the bottom bit.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so he wasn't staying at this hotel.
It's not actually a hotel. It's just like a private residence.
Oh, I thought it was a hotel, and he was like I don't know, the concierge or something.
No, but what happens is when you say bye to him, he gets you to go out the gate. But if you go back through the sewers and come up, he's not in this courtyard, and you can examine the car and the fountain.
Perfect.
But there's not really a lot of point unless you do want to examine everything you can in the game, which I'm fully okay with if you want to do that.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
So you don't want to hear about my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
I'm sure you did, but I'm a little short of time. Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
You yourself? Most of us do, frankly. Okay, we'll ask about the case, ask about the cloth, and then we'll probably call it an episode for now.
Okay.
She's been going quite a while.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
You know what's weird about this man's voice?
What?
It sounds less French and more Haitian. Like, he sounds African. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see why you say that, but I've always maybe it's because I played the game so much that I hear the French more than anything else.
So I'm just kind of surprised he's not black. Like, okay, let's show him the cloth.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Ah, that is the same cloth as the jacket I found.
Found a jacket.
I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Give me the jacket.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
So that's a little surprising to me, actually.
Oh, really?
Game of this era, because this is 95, right?
I think it'll be earlier than that, actually.
It's weird for them to say Romani instead of Gypsy. Because normally they wouldn't care.
Hang on, let me check when this actually did come out.
In the meantime, I'll keep asking about the jacket.
Yeah, I'm just doing it
What
on
was
my
the
phone.
name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
Fuck.
You're kidding.
Nice.
That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
And you've not been honest at all, have you, George?
And we will not begin to be honest.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
Even if it's something utterly inconsequential, like lying about having seen the man enter, we still will lie. We will
I
cheat,
hope
we
you
will
find your
steal.
man, Inspector.
So do I.
Don't forget to save it before we finish.
So yeah, that's it for now. I've been Merrick Tomato,
And I've been Classic Gamer.
and, well, au revoir. Hi, thanks for watching. This has been played, edited, and recorded by me, Merrick Tomato.
And he's been helped by me, Classic Gamer.
You can find a link to Classic's YouTube channel, Classics Gamer, and his Twitch in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.